If you're afraid that you'll never reach that true comfort level on the kit where you fully freed your hands from your feet, let's end that today. We're taking a simple method from stick control and using it to free your hands so that you can play intricate grooves with ease. You can do this. If you stick with me today, if you practice all of this that I'm about to show you and use it regularly and stay on top of it, I guarantee you're gonna grow so much. You're gonna be able to play intricate grooves between kick and snare for one thing. You're also gonna be able to improvise on top of kick patterns, all sorts of cool stuff. And all we're gonna use are some basic rudiments and sticking patterns like what you might find in stick control. So if you're familiar with that book, if you have it, awesome. If you don't worry about it because I'll provide for you everything that you need. If you have no idea what stick control is, basically it's an old classic drum method, the first few pages of which just consist of eighth notes with different stickings. And so what it has you do is practice different stickings, singles, doubles, paradiddles, all these different variations and maybe fours on each hand. And the goal is to play them all evenly and completely steadily. So no accents and just to get all these things evenly. So have full two-way coordination between your hands, fix your weak hand, all of those kinds of things. That's the main objective. Now this method was originally intended as a snare drum method to build your hand skills and work your hands up to speed. But of course, we drum set players aren't just gonna stop there. We're gonna also use it for our feet. So you can use this if you're doing double bass, or if you don't have double bass and you're like me and you just wanna really coordinate your left foot for hi-hat, you can do that too. But you can also play these in between kick and the snare, and there's all sorts of other stuff we can also do. So let's dig into this. I put a link in the description to a PDF guide I have that has all of what we're talking about today laid out nicely on paper for you to see. And so you can go download that when we get done. So the first thing we're gonna do really today, just to keep things simple, we're only talking 3 rudiments, singles, doubles, paradiddles. Those are the main 3. We're gonna start by just doing quarters with our feet, and then we're gonna alternate with the feet. So right, left with the feet. And then we'll do like a bossa nova pattern, then a samba pattern. So check it out, this will all make sense. I love exercises that start off simple, but that get very challenging very quickly. As soon as you go beyond just the quarters with the feet, even when you alternate, it gets pretty weird. And doubles, playing slow doubles like that, where it's not really a double stroke roll, it's just right, left, that's super weird. So this is gonna really test your ability to play precisely and to lock your hands with your feet. But practice this slowly. Start with the foot quarters, gradually work your way up and take your time with this, because remember, the goal is always slow, stable precision. That's how you build the control. You'll never be able to play this clean fast if you can't play it slowly and precisely and be able to listen to what's going on. And so that's where playing it over and over again, practicing it over and over to internalize it, that's super important. But now our next step, so what we were doing there, we were playing the rudiments with our hands and doing different things with our feet. Now we're gonna play the rudiments with our feet, and we're just gonna play like a rock groove basically with our hands. We're gonna keep time with our right hand, play backbeats with our left hand while we're doing the rudiments with our feet, which is a great way to really coordinate the left foot. This is fun and also very challenging, but stick with me. simple, but not easy. So take your time really getting the left foot to play evenly with the right foot so that those are smooth back and forth, where if you were playing double bass, it would just sound goom, 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 goom. We want that steadiness. That's the key. We want the steadiness. So now let's mix things up between right foot and left hand, because we want to be able to play intricate grooves, especially like funky grooves, and be able to keep time with the right hand while going back and forth and playing syncopated stuff between right foot and left hand. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to play these same rudiments between kick and snare. So practice that slowly, doing that paradiddle pattern. You can also start with singles or doubles, but do just eighth notes with your right hand first, and then gradually work to doing the 16ths, and then practice those different 16th patterns. I do think this is the hardest. I think this might actually be the toughest thing out of everything we've done so far today. Even though it's not complicated, it's just very difficult to lock that together, and you really do have to go slow. But once you can get it comfortable, once you can start to swing it a little bit, make it a little bit looser, it feels so cool. You can also experiment with different left foot timekeeping patterns when you move your right hand to the ride. As with anything like this, you've got to practice it over and over and over again with your metronome. Repetition is key. If you saw the recent video about playing the Ted Reed syncopation style exercises and doing those different variations of a single rhythm, it's that same kind of thing. And something we talked about in that was how you've got to practice these over and over and over again. That's how your ear begins to get more in tune with what each limb is doing, so you can better mix yourself, better control yourself. So you've got to go slow, play precise, locking in with the metronome so that you can hear things, so that you can control things, then begin picking up the tempo. That's how you do this. As for your next step, what I want you to go do now is download the PDF guide that has everything we've gone through today laid out, notation, sheet music and everything, so that you know exactly what to practice, so you can see this laid out, as well as, practicing tips and beats per minute and whatnot. Because if you do happen to have a copy of Stick Control, that's also your next step, to go check out some of those different sticking patterns and see how you can apply those to everything we've done today. Because if you do that, you've got endless practicing things. You could go and practice all this for the next couple of months, years. I love simple methods that can really take you far, and this is one of them. So download the guide, practice this stuff, practice it. You can do it. You are capable of more coordination, more intricate syncopation than you think you are, because you now have the right resource in your hand. This is what you do. This is what you practice. This is how you learn this stuff. And when you do that, you will grow. You just have to stick with it, practice this every day, and practice it over and over and over again to drive it into your brain and to get your limbs comfortable. I assure you, it will work. It will, that comfort level will happen. You just have to put in the work. Keep doing it every day, over and over again. So go download that practice guide. Also go grab my free in-depth guide, the 3-part daily practice routine. Know what to practice, how to have a well-rounded practice session in just 30 minutes a day. It breaks down the 3 main parts of productive practice, going from hand technique to coordination. It includes a bunch of concrete, specific coordination exercises, as well as listening and musicality stuff. If you work through everything in that guide, again, that guide alone will provide you with a whole bunch of stuff to practice for the coming months and even years, because it's simple things that are versatile that can really take you far. So check out the PDF for today's lesson, nice and simple, but also check out that full-on e-guide for more on coordination to really take you more in depth with that. As always, thanks so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to check out some of the other videos here that are all about teaching you the non-glamorous core drumming skills that really help you succeed. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you on the next video. Stay non-glamorous.